Oh god, I really should have not gotten drunk before making this review. Look, this really is a movie that deserves my full attention. And I'm really, really sad I couldn't give it a proper review. Oh god, this review is already a week late. I should have just started reviewing this as soon as work ended and then posted a week later the way I'm doing now. God, I'm a fuck up. But yeah. This is a movie that demands my full mental faculties, okay? And God, I really shouldn't have gotten drunk before doing this, but what I wanted to say was I am going to wait until there's about half an hour of movie left and then I implement the rules again. Whenever I see something what the fuck, or whenever I see something bear related, or whenever I see something that I want to talk about, that's when I'll have then. Do I still call it snaps or do I call it a shot? Do I still bother with that? Whatever. I'll have a drink during those last half hour, but I feel like I shouldn't, for the simple reason I barely even tasted that last shot and I still felt the need to throw up, because that's how, even if I don't necessarily feel the taste, my body still reacted to it, so I feel like it's a bad idea to keep having shots like that. And this is not me excusing myself, this is me working as an example for you to avoid doing, okay? We'll see if something what the fuck or bear related or something that I need to talk about happens towards the end. I'm supposed to be talking about a movie, aren't I? Okay, it's very interesting to see Pelle reach out to the girl.
He's what I'm talking about. He's my good friend and I like him. Danny, do you feel held by him?
Okay, hearing him give the... I was gonna say the selling pitch, but... Oh god. I love it. Hearing him tell her how he came to be part about this of this community and how he became part of it. Hearing him talk about all of this and seeing her reaction to it, that's very interesting, because I always like it when a story actually takes the time to explain in detail, to actually make you understand what makes a person abandon their common sense and do something completely insane, such as join a cult, or... That's for another video, I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm not drunk enough for that.
Of course I am. That was really, really shocking. I'm trying to keep an open mind, though.
I'm trying to... He is a Swede, you can't tell me otherwise.
Are you gonna be okay?
Are you not disturbed by what we just saw?
Yeah, of course I am. Trying to keep an open mind, though.
And I saw a man kill himself and his wife because they were too old, and I am upset about it, but I'm not gonna judge this other culture. How much more Swedish can you be? And not one of them is getting out of there! What the hell? Okay, so what happened was she woke up to see her friends leave out the door. But the cinematography and everything about this makes it feel... Well, it's probably a dream now that I'm saying it, but it also felt like a drug trip, so it's interesting. It's definitely interesting to see. Is she dreaming about them leaving her? the fuck? Okay, so it was all a dream, but Jesus, I am happy to say I said no more drinks until the last half hour because Jesus, what the fuck? Okay, after collecting the bodies, they had them burned on a something that looks like one of those communal grills you see in communal grilling spots. And then they collected the ashes, and I just want to point out, bones don't burn. What happened to the bones? I mean, they do burn, but you need an industrial oven to burn bones, not... And even then there are splinters and things left. It's not just... It's not just ashes. What happened to the bones? How many times can I say that before you answer me? What happened to the bones? Okay, interesting. Interesting. The guy who is an asshole is getting advantages over the guy who actually deserves credit for having wanted. I'm sorry, they used the term byxmyndig, and that just cracks me up. Byxmyndig literally means pants mature. I think. I'm not sure how else to translate that. I will look that up after I make this. Byxmyndig is such a incredibly Stockholm, no, not Stockholm, such an incredibly Swedish term. It's hilarious to hear an English speaker use that term. That's all I wanted to say. Oh yeah, specifically what it means is the age of consent in Sweden is 16. So she can have sex. That's what that means. Because she's 16. We're a country of pederasts. Oh look, the guy who looked like a rat has of doing something bad. Ta bort dina äckliga jävla kuk! Oh god. Oh god, you fucking Americans! Even in movies... Even in movies where most of the characters are British, the one asshole has to be American. I'm sorry, that's hilarious. Oh yeah, by the way, if you wondered what the American did, he pissed on the ancestral tree. That's bad.
Simon, he told me to tell you. You will meet him there.
No.
Why would he go without me? He wouldn't do that. Yeah, no shit, cults are manipulative liars. Okay, that is actually a reasonable explanation. Swedes don't break traffic rules. Believe me, we have traffic fascists here. It's incredible how strict we are. I don't know what I am talking to you like I am whispering secrets to someone when I am so loud. Okay, I love that line of dialogue. I'm sorry. What about incest? I mean, small community, you know. We do try to keep the bloodlines very pure. And so the elders have to approve. And when a couple is formed. On occasion, cousins are allowed to get married. But we do respect the incest taboo. Occasionally, outsiders have to be brought up. I was doing so well. He said, on occasion, outsiders need to be brought in. I'm sorry, I just love that line of dialogue and I screwed it up by not delivering it properly. Fuck! Something that just occurred to me that probably should have occurred to me earlier if I hadn't been pissed out of my skull. This is supposed to be a relatively segregated community, right? A community that generally... Okay, actually, one of them left all the way to London, so... yeah. But they all know English. I'm sorry, I just find it very strange. I mean, the point of a cult is to keep people where they are. So they don't... The point of a cult is to not look to the outside for answers. You're supposed to find all the answers that you could ever want about life and who you are and all of that inside the community and not ever leave. That's the point of a cult. And I don't just mean that from the cult leader's perspective, I mean that just in general. You're supposed to find meaning and happiness and everything that a human being desires within that small community without having to look to the outside for it. It's not just for the benefit of the cult leader, it's also for the benefit of the individual and, well, the community. So why do so many of them know how to speak English?
Excuse me? Hey, would you like to help join us?
What are we making here?
Meat tarts.
She's so beautiful.
De säger att du är vacker.
My god, yes! God, yes, that is hilarious. Because I'm a very sick and twisted man. Okay, so they wondered where Simon went, because Simon, whoever he is, actually, I know who he is. He is... Simon, he is another Englishman who came there with a girl named Connie. And he left, apparently, for the train station, or at least so all of the cultists claim he did. The girl, who isn't Connie, just asked him where Simon went. And she said that he left for, well, the train station. And then the girl that we're actually following, the main female character, she was invited in to make meat pies. I'm sorry, the implication that Simon was apparently killed, butchered, and cannibalized is hilarious to me. I'm sorry, it just is. Because so far this movie has seemed so serious and so mysterious and so... I was gonna say original. Is that the right word or the wrong word? I don't know, but it has seemed stand out in terms of horror movies, and to see it fall back on such an old-timey cliche. Yeah, we ate him. Yeah, I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh. Okay, yet again, they're talking about the holy scripture of this cult, and they call it the Ruby Rader. And they say that it's all being written by Ruby, who is a disabled man. And that is what they describe him as. I don't know how he's disabled, but apparently he's disabled. And they say they have many hundreds of these, and the reason that he is... The way they describe it is Ruby draws, and then they interpret what he draws. And the way they put it is, Ruby is unclouded by normal cognition. This makes him open to the source. And this sounds mysterious and vague enough for it to sound reasonable for a cult to say something like that and make it sound perfectly reasonable. Okay, sound perfectly reasonable is the wrong way, but seem perfectly reasonable to these people. What I have a problem is, again, this is advanced English, okay? I generally consider myself an adept English speaker. I read Lovecraft when I was in 5th grade, okay, so I know English fairly well. How is it that a community of this particular extremity, for lack of a better word, knows English well enough to accurately convey this to English speakers? I'm sorry, that really bothers me about this. And I know Swedes generally are generally seen as being very adept English speakers, but no, not to this level. This is unusual. This is my level of English speaking. I'm sorry, I will not let this go. My god, I'm an awful human being. But not as awful as Ari Aster. See, the guy who wants to write a thesis about this community, or about Midsommar just in general, the black guy, he asks if all of their oracles are disabled or unclouded by normal cognition. He asks, what happens when Ruben dies? Do you just wait for another one who is unclouded? And they say, no. Ruben is a product of inbreeding. And the implication is that Ruben presumably will procreate with someone who is part of his family. And I just find this extremely hilarious when previously they said, we do respect the incest taboo. I'm an awful human being, I know, but that's just funny! There was screaming, and yes, for a moment I thought it was part of the Foley work to make it seem creepier than it is, but no, apparently people can hear that, so there really is pain and suffering going on somewhere here. And I can only assume it's Connie being killed off. And it seems like the American is next. Let's hope for so. Oh god, they're about to eat the meat pie. Please tell me someone tells them it's human meat. Please tell me.
Someone's so sore about their ancestral tree. Dude, is he gonna kill me?
I hope so.
Hey, can I borrow another sleeping pill?
Hey, can I borrow another sleeping pill? Can I just ask, how easy is it to get sleeping pills in Britain? Yes, it's Britain. They're supposed to be from Britain. This is not me being drunk, this is just me feeling confused by the sudden introduction of an American. Because I'm simple. Why am I bragging about that? Shut the hell up. Okay, black guy about to die. Okay, I will give credit to this movie. At the very least, it seems to have the decency to give the black guy a reason to die, rather than him dying first just because he's a black guy. Although... no. Okay, so the Ruby Radar book that is their sacred scripture has vanished from the temple. Can I just about guess that it was the boyfriend who took it? Okay, and boyfriend decides to completely renege his relationship to the man as a friend. I'm sorry, what happened was he pointed out Josh as the thief of the Ruby Radar. And he said that they don't associate as friends or co-workers or anything. What a bastard. Jonestown Kool-Aid. Okay, I'll just say this is the creepiest Midsommar pole dance I have ever seen. And I love it. They're having a dance now where who they call that commemorates an old myth. As they put it, the Dark One, who I can only assume is some sort of euphemism for the devil or other pagan equivalent deity, or I don't know. They say that the Dark One, look, that's a Bear reference, but there's half an hour left. They say the Dark One lured the youth out into the fields and then danced them all to death. And they say that now, in defiance of the Dark One, they will dance until only one of them is left. And it occurs to me that all of a sudden I don't know how the celebration, how the dance around the Midsommar pole started. I can't comment on the authenticity of this tradition, or where it would have originated from, or the thought behind it, and I find that a little bothering, but I will say this, it actually sounds like something that could be real, even if it isn't. Props to the movie.